Tauler by John Greenleaf. Whittier. Tauler, the preacher, walked, one autumn day, without the walls of Strasburg, by the Rhine, pondering the solemn miracle of life, as one who, wandering in a starless night, feels momently the jar of unseen waves, and hears the thunder of an unknown sea, breaking along an unimagined shore. And as he walked he prayed, even the same old prayer with which, for half a score of years, morning, and noon, and evening, lip and heart had groaned, "Have pity upon me, Lord. Thou seest, while teaching others, I am blind. Send me a man who can direct my steps." Then, as he mused, he heard along his path a sound as of an old man's staff among the dry, dead linden leaves. And, looking up, he saw a stranger, weak, and poor, and old. "Peace be unto thee, Father," Tauler said. "God give thee a good day." The old man raised slowly his calm blue eyes. "I thank thee, son, but all my days are good, and none are ill." Wondering thereat, the preacher spake again, "God give thee happy life." The old man smiled, "I never am unhappy." Tauler laid his hand upon the stranger's coarse gray sleeve. "Tell me, O father, what thy strange words mean. Surely man's days are evil, and his life sad as the grave it leads to." "Nay, my son, our times are in God's hands, and all our days are as our needs. For shadow as for sun, for cold as heat, for want as wealth, alike our thanks are due, since that is best which is, and that which is not, sharing not his life, is evil only as devoid of good. And for the happiness of which I spake, I find it in submission to his will, and calm trust in the holy trinity of knowledge, goodness, and almighty power." Silently wondering, for a little space, stood the great preacher. Then he spake as one who, suddenly grappling with a haunting thought which long has followed, whispering through the dark strange terrors, drags it, shrieking, into light. "What if God's will consign thee hence to hell?" "Then," said the stranger, cheerily, "be it so. What hell may be I know not. This I know, I cannot lose the presence of the Lord." One arm, humility, takes hold upon his dear humanity. The other, love, clasps his divinity. So where I go he goes, and better fire-walled hell with him than golden-gated paradise without. Tears sprang in Tauler's eyes. A sudden light, like the first ray which fell on chaos, clove apart the shadow wherein he had walked darkly at noon. And, as the strange old man went his slow way, until his silver hair set like the white moon where the hills of vine slope to the Rhine, he bowed his head and said, "My prayer is answered. God hath sent the man long sought, to teach me, by his simple trust, wisdom the weary schoolman never knew." So, entering with a changed and cheerful step the city gates, he saw, far down the street, a mighty shadow break the light of noon, which tracing backward till its airy lines hardened to stony plinths, he raised his eyes o'er broad facade and lofty pediment, o'er architrave and frieze and sainted niche, up the stone lace-work chiseled by the wise Erwin of Steinbach, dizzily up to where in the noon brightness the great minster's tower, jeweled with sunbeams on its mural crown, rose like a visible prayer. "Behold," he said, "the stranger's faith made plain before mine eyes. As yonder tower outstretches to the earth the dark triangle of its shade alone when the clear day is shining on its top, so, darkness in the pathway of man's life is but the shadow of God's providence, by the great sun of wisdom cast thereon, and what is dark below is light in heaven."